Wake up, Lane.
I'm sorry. Half the fucking episodes we watched kind of put me to sleep.
Why do you think I got us energy drinks?
Yeah, cool. What?
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Ultraranger, the podcast where we talk about Ultraman's past, present, future, Godzilla, and all kaiju in between. I am your host, Ultraman Gar.
I'm your co-host, Ultraman Lane. Hi.
Yeah, we have a very short episode here for you.
Yeah, no news.
No news, because there were only 2 news stories, and
One
it's like...
was bad. I mean bad as in, it's sad. No one wants to hear about it.
We'll get into it next week, because there's more next week.
Anyways, we have a lame episode, a funny episode, and a fucking weird episode of Ultraman.
It's funny how you can use all 3 of those adjectives as ways to describe Castranger.
Yeah. But you decide which episodes we're talking about, which is either boring, fun, or weird.
You make the call.
Yeah. So this week we're talking about more Ultraseven, more Dyna, and more Great. Love Great, Gar.
You know, it's
Your name
great.
starts with a G for Great.
That's not why. The G part of my name does not mean great.
Oh.
That would be weird, though.
Great. Beep beep. Oh, that was me censoring your middle name, last name.
Oh yes, of course, because heaven forbid everyone knows about my beep.
Yeah.
So like, it's always weird when we don't have news and we just go straight into the episodes. What is this? Last quarter of season 2?
Ooh.
Oh fuck! I was moving folders around today because the entirety of season 3 was on our computer, and I had to move it to the archive so that it is preserved throughout all time.
And everyone knows it's not a true Ultraranger episode unless it's like 40 to 45 minutes of news, and we talk about 4 episodes of Ultraman.
Yes.
That's a true fucking episode.
That is the true format of Ultraranger.
Yep.
40 minutes of news.
4 episodes.
And then
4 episode discussion.
Yeah, 4.
Like
four
if we're talking about a
discussion.
regular 3 plus like one of the shows we're talking about is a 2-parter. So, which when we talk about Zed next week, it's going to be a fucking 2-parter.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, so let's get into Ultraseven.
Woo! So, episode 7, Space Prisoner 303.
Oh, you bastards! You had the perfect joke.
You got this is the 7th episode of Ultra 7. God, this was lame.
It should have been Space Prisoner 7.
It was so lame. This is a lame episode.
It was.
Like, so you got like we saw like a couple things that high notes were like we got to see the space station V3. Visaya! Yeah, kept making those jokes. There's like this alien with a big doofy head.
Ooh, his name is Quarso.
Alien Quarso.
He's so.
Yeah, he had like this big weird head with like weird shifting eyes, and then his body was the
Cameraman.
yeah, Cameraman's body.
Though it reminded me more of the aliens from episode 3, I think it was.
Oh
like
yeah,
the Ella King.
Yeah.
Like the women's undersuit body.
Yeah. Yeah, and like it kills 5 people. It eats its energies is based off gasoline or something. So like it absorbs the gasoline for energy, which I predicted as soon as I saw that it was fucking stealing gasoline for itself. I was like, that motherfucker's gonna die by exploding. It's gonna fucking explode. And I fucking called it.
Wait, this isn't water. It's gas. Fun fact, that joke has actually been removed from SpongeBob.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Oh yeah, because the bucket thing, right?
Yeah, the bucket of water being gas thing. They've removed that from current reruns of that episode.
Wow.
It's weird.
I guess because like it's kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much that.
So he just does it still do the explosion?
No. It gets to. He's like, there it is, and like it zooms into like the little tiny like fridge thing or like
the patty vault.
Yeah, it just zooms into like the out like to the inside of the shop to the patty vault, and you see him walk towards it.
Oh, okay. Aww.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Oh, SpongeBob. So like, yeah, he kills like a hunter. Well, 2 hunters.
Yeah,
but, like, the other one dies later.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like they're hunting for pheasants or something because it's like
pheasants.
Yeah.
It's fucking.
It's a bird.
It's November when they were filming this.
No one knows what a fucking pheasant is or quail.
That was the other word I was looking. That was definitely not a quail. That was definitely like a pheasant.
Yeah, that's what the superhero persona Quail Man's based off of. It's based off of quail.
Yeah, they're just walking around. It's like, oh, what's this thing? It looks like a tiny little.
It's a little ship.
Yeah, it's a tiny little like spaceship thing.
Yeah.
And like they try to make it like ominous of like what this alien is because we only see like its hands, and like it goes in like
goes from like the throat.
Yeah, it goes right to like strangle the guys.
Which I like to honestly think they just like snap their necks. Which like lately, like this is gonna sound really morbid, like really fucked up, but like I kind of like that like way of killing people. Just like you go up to a person's neck and you just...
Then go watch The Boys.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Because like I've been doing that in like some games where like you fucking stab a person's neck and I'm just like, hell yeah. I don't know, it's a very quick, clean way of killing someone. Anyways, don't stab people's necks, people. We here at Ultraranger don't provoke neck snapping.
No, it's
Ultramen don't snap necks.
No. We decapitate people.
Yeah, or slice them vertically or horizontally down the middle.
Or kill them without warning.
Or throw them in the sun.
Or seismic toss them up into space.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or toss them into a black hole and then kill them in the pocket dimension so that they can never be seen again.
I feel like if there was one Ultraman who would fucking kill someone by snapping their neck, it would be Belial. Like, Belial's got like those big fucking meaty claw hands. He just... just fucking maniacally laughs doing it.
I don't know why. Now I'm just picturing the ending to the Deadpool movie where like he has the villain like on like laying on his back and Colossus is like, spare an enemy, soon you'll all, and just Deadpool just shoots him. It's like, why? He's like, you were taking too long. I may be stuck like this, but at least this fuckface is dead. Like,
but yeah, and then he goes to like a gas station and he starts like filling up on gas.
And it's not like, oh, it's like scientific. Wait, no, he just grabs the pump and he just starts drinking it.
Yeah, and so like the gas attendant dies, and then this woman shows up in a car. And it's a foreign woman,
yeah.
And so she opens her mouth to fucking speak, and oh my god, they like dubbed her, and whoever dubbed her in Japanese, they like increased the pitch up on her voice, so she's like, like it's really high pitched and did not match her at all.
Like, picture Ronda Rousey with the voice of like Bubbles from Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, it's like like this woman looked like a mixture between like Ronda Rousey and like Audrey Hepburn.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like she's like very
so random,
very intimidating. You can tell she was definitely dubbed over, and she probably didn't have footage.
It was such a quick scene. Like, why didn't you just use a regular like extra, like Japanese extra or something? It's so weird.
I'm just glad that they finally stopped dubbing people. Could you imagine if we were still in that day and age of just dubbing people over?
Oh my god, I can't believe that happened.
Lane is proceeding to make the dub parody of like the lip sync isn't matching.
See, Kung Pao Enter the Fist made that so fucking hilarious though. That's such a good movie.
It's funny. I started I watched like a random episode of Ultraman, like back in I want to say May when I was in my hometown. Mm-hmm. And like my parents are watching it, and the one thing they're like, well, at least it's subtitled, so we know what's going on. But I remember like 15 minutes, like at least throughout the entire episode, they were making the jokes of like how back in the day everything would be poorly dubbed. And I'm like, okay, they're having a good time. At least they enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, I'm glad dubbing like that's past us. It's just like, no, you just train the actors to fucking speak the language.
There's not a lot to say about this episode.
No, like 5 people die. We don't see Dan for like half the episode.
Oh yeah, freaking Dan didn't show up until like 8 minutes, like at least 8 to 9 minutes in.
And we're like, oh, there you are.
Oh, hey Dan.
Yeah, and so like it's just this. I don't know. Like this episode was very blurry. Like I just don't remember a lot. And like I think it ends up like growing bigger or something like that. And then like it has so much fucking gas in it that like eventually self-destructs. And the best part of this episode, in my opinion, is we're like almost done this episode. We have no idea where the fuck Ultraseven is, and then we just see Dan transform into him. He is Ultraseven on screen for 12 seconds. 12 seconds!
Of a 25-minute episode.
Yeah! And it's episode 7 of a series called Ultraseven! Come on!
The suit was probably busy being somewhere else in production.
Probably had like a fucking press conference or something. Being like, hey, Ultraseven!
Ultraman 7!
But like, he flies out of the ship because like he basically turns into fucking Ultraseven so he can just save his ass from crashing the fucking ship.
What? Wait, what did my mentor Hayato teach me?
Don't crash the ship.
I'm gonna prove him wrong.
Yeah, so like, that's all he transformed into Ultraseven for, was just to save his own ass.
He didn't even fight the monster.
Yeah, he like stands in the fucking woods, does like a quick pose, and then he cuts back to the alien, and then back, and it's just Dan.
Yeah.
Just Dan standing there. It's like, what the fuck? Like, come on. And then it's like, oh, he's gonna fucking self-destruct, get the fuck out of there. And then he explodes.
Well, it's like in the previous episode, like episode 6. Ultraseven didn't really fight. He just transformed to grab the bomb and flew it out into space.
Yeah. And then, like, the 2 guys who, like, detected the alien from the space station, they came, like, down to Earth to tell them, and, like, the head of the base is just like, oh, if you guys are down here, it must be bad news.
Yeah.
It's like, oh. But then they, like, find out that, like, yeah, he was, like, a prisoner from the planet.
Hence the title of the episode, Space Prisoner 303.
Yeah, which then they get a thank you note from the officials on the planet that the alien's from, and it's like, oh, thank you, TDF. And it's like, all right. So I feel like they could have incorporated them more.
You might think worked better than this, because this episode's starting to remind me of last episodes of Dyna that we talked about.
Oh yeah, with the alien investigator.
Yeah, with the alien. Like, I think that did that. Like this, it's kind of like the same concept. Like, being crash lands on there, going around killing people and all that.
Or like a case of mistaken identity where, like, they find the investigator and they think he's the alien that's been killing people. And he's like, no. Like, I'm looking for this alien who's been killing people. Like, that would have been interesting. Or, like, if he's set to explode, like, if they have to find a way not to get him to explode, because if he explodes, it'll blow up the planet, because he's, like...
Or he's blow up Japan.
Yeah, or Japan or something, because he's blown up so much, he's absorbed so much gasoline.
And also, for being, like a gasoline-style, like, alien, in a sense, maybe they should have done something a bit more, like, creative, because, like, he's just, like, a gray blob in a sense.
Yeah, make him look like kind of like a bug-like or something. He has, like, a big snout, and he, like, absorbs, and you see, like, the gasoline, like, flowing through, like, a tube that's, like, the nose of the alien or something.
Or if he's like a prisoner, make him wear, like, a jumpsuit or something.
Yeah, like an alien jumpsuit. Like, just... I feel like they didn't put a lot of effort into this episode, so it's a shame. Because, like, this is, like, the Ultram series. Everyone's like, oh my fucking god, fucking legendary. But, like, this is at least my least favorite episode we've seen so far.
It's funny, because we know the next episode of Ultraseven is the targeted town.
Probably one of the most iconic episodes in Ultraman, period.
Yeah. Which
we've already watched before, but now we're going to watch it with, like, better Ultraman knowledge. Like, we're not filthy casuals anymore. We're pros. We're experts.
Oh man, I need to smoke.
Save it for next week.
Yeah, I'll save it for next week.
But yeah, I feel like they could have put a little bit more effort into, like, the concept of what the episode was supposed to be.
Now there were other things, like there was a family thing in this episode as well, but like that served no purpose.
Yeah, like and ended up the family was fine and the little boy was fine. Just there was nothing at stake.
The only reason that happened was to just we needed a way for the alien to kidnap Anne so that Anne can hop in the rocket. And I think that was the only creative thing about the episode. He gets away in the rocket, and Dan comes up with the idea of, well, why don't we take the other two parts of the ship so that we can combine it together? That way he can't run away.
Yeah, and then it didn't end up working anyways because he was like too fast.
Yeah. The narrator got a cameo as a news reporter.
Oh, that was cool. Yeah, like we heard the voice and like me and Gar just sitting there like, wait a minute.
Oh, it's the narrator.
It's the narrator. That's cool. Glad we have a face to match the voice.
So in the anime Sergeant Frog, the narrator shows up, but so that he doesn't show his face, he's dressed up like a ninja, and he has a mask over his face that just has the letter N over it for narrator.
Wow, that's funny.
But yeah, episode 7 of Ultraseven. I was
pretty lame.
As Aircaster would like to imply, it blows.
It blows. Yeah, come on. But yeah, next episode we'll have episode 8, the targeted town.
Oh yeah,
it is a good one.
Or sorry, that's not the official name for it anymore, according to the movie Spree. But we'll get into that next week.
Anyways, on to Dyna. So, episode 8, Faraway Baon.
This was also a weird episode.
It was like funny in a way.
Yeah, it was funny.
It's kind of like dorky.
It was quirky.
Yeah, not a Hibiki though. It's a 0 out of 10.
Oh yeah.
There's barely any Captain Hibiki.
So, in this small little Fubaru village, there's an old man named Okotoichi.
Who's hard of hearing.
Who is hard of hearing, and there's a meteorite comes crashing down into the village.
Giant meteor.
He doesn't realize it whatsoever. Nope. And so, Super Guts gets the call to go to the village. What do they find? Everyone's sleeping around. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, it was funny when, Hori fucking wakes up the police officer, and he's like, ah!
Oh, yeah, the
like,
police
he's on his
officer.
bike or whatever, but he falls off the side. I think it would have been funnier if he accidentally, pedaled forward and, went down the hill, and he's like, ah! Wait, no, Monday!
At first, they're all confused of, how come everyone passed out at the exact same time.
They don't remember.
We made a joke of, when the meteorite crashed, they all got radiation poisoning.
Yeah, they all got horrible radiation poisoning.
That's a horrible thing to make fun of, because it's not funny to get radiation poisoning.
It did happen in an episode of Star Trek TNG, though. It's pretty awful. And so we find this kaiju of the episode that's the hypnosis monster Baon, who's kind of remind me of Falcor a little bit. Look in the face.
I'm going to have a picture of Falcor on screen, because now I've seen Neverending Story.
Yeah.
So I can find decent pictures of it. And
love that.
We're going down. I don't. I guess.
I saw him and saw his face, and I was like, oh, Falcor.
But yeah, the old man, he's like,
who's that thing?
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's that thing over there.
I'm like, what? Oh, shit!
It's fun, because he's telling them the story of how he saw the kaiju, and it did nothing to him. And they're just like, well, which way did it go? It's like, oh, it's right there. They just turn over. They get scared a bit because it's just standing right there.
That's mind its own business.
It just.
Yeah, it's not harmful or anything. It's just every time it cries out, it sends people go to sleep.
Yeah. I just love it because no one's like, oh man, I'm getting dizzy and all that. No, it's just they get hit by the roar, instantly out. It's some of the positions that these people fell in was freaking hilarious. Coda freaking ass up in the air with his face planted to the ground.
Not Hori had fucking hilarious. He had this face where he was like, just fell over. Asuka was actually able to avoid it, but able to like keep it sleeping.
It's
because he's
sleeping.
Because he's Dyna. And so like what's Nahori's actual name?
Nakajima.
Nakajima. Okay, so Nakajima.
Like best way to remember that is just Haro Nakajima.
Oh, okay. So Nakajima, he develops like these special headphones that like block the sound.
Oh yeah, the radio breakers.
Yeah, voice breakers.
Oh yeah, the voice breakers.
But the thing is when you wear them, everyone else who talks, they talk in like this weird high pitched voice, and so like Koda puts them on, and he just starts fucking laughing his ass off because everyone's talking to him, and like Nakajima like puts it on like output on it, so then it's like so we're all talking like this.
Then Hank Azaria shows up.
Yeah, so then apparently they bring in the genius zoologist Mustafa Ali. Not even joking, that's his name.
The actor is from Iran, which the only reason I call him Hank Azaria is because he just
looked like Hank Azaria.
He looked like Hank Azaria from The Simpsons.
Yep. Or the camera guy from Godzilla '98. Loved him in that movie. But yeah, so they brought him to like kind of help capture the monster because like he's like, oh, they're bringing him to Alaska.
Alaska.
It's such a weird fucking place to bring him. It's like Alaska's full of people. There's people who live up there.
Whenever I think of Alaska, I think of because it's not even the same place, but in Madagascar when the penguins go to Antarctica, it's just like Antarctica. They're all just like the four of them are just standing there. It's dark and cold outside. You just hear the wind. One of them just walks over to the other one. Well, this sucks.
I think one of our Cast Ranger fans is from Alaska. That's cool. I always wanted to visit Alaska.
And I want to visit Japan, but we're still stuck here.
We're supposed to own it, apparently. I think we like sold it to America.
I think so. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So they bring like Mustafa Ali to like, cause they like he's an expert, but like he's pretty much useless. Like he does this weird like Joker laugh a bunch of times, and he's like, "Oh, look at it! He's over there!" And he starts laughing, so it's fucking weird. But then he just gets fucking knocked out anyways, and he's just comic relief. He's just there to be funny.
Yeah. Oh, let's laugh at the foreigner.
Yay! No, that's not cool.
It's not a cool thing, guys.
No. And like basically it's just them trying to like attract it with like a balloon and
yeah, because this thing's very childlike.
Yeah, like it wasn't doing anything harmful. It was just minding its own business. And like you know what, there are kaijus out there who aren't all aggressive. Sometimes they're just minding their business.
It just looks up. It's like oh hello.
Oh. And then he sees like another thing later on that like looks like a balloon, and then Asuka like shoots it and shoots it down. And he's like, take that. And like Bao's like, huh? So eventually, then Asuka he decides to turn Dyna.
Yeah,
it was pretty funny because he like does it like in the cockpit, but like.
Oh yeah, like he puts the guts eagle thing, the guts probably. I can't remember the name of it at the moment.
Autopilot.
Yeah, he puts on autopilot, and like he lifts up his ray flasher to transform. He hits his hand off the window. He's like, "Ow!"
I feel like that was ad-libbed. Like that was an accident, and he just went with it. Yeah, Dyna.
Oh no, he doesn't do that yet.
No.
But we at least stopped using the CGI model.
Thank God.
For now.
Hopefully they've realized their mistake and they're like, oh, make a more traditional transformation sequence. Nobody wants that CGI shit in Ultraman.
So, like, Dyna goes, strong.
Mm-hmm.
And because,
he's a big boy, he's powerful.
Well, it's because, he knows the kaiju's attracted to red things.
Yep.
So he turns red. So it gets the kaiju's attention. He knocks him out. Like, not like, oh, I'm going to punch you out and knock you out or anything. No, it's just with his roar, it knocked Ultraman Dyna out.
Yeah, and you kept, like, knocking him out, like, 3 times.
He's
like,
Alright, hang on. Turns back into Flash.
Alright, that's it.
He makes like a red ball of energy and he just like tosses it up in the air so the kaiju could look up, try to jump for it, which allowed Dyna to like tackle him and toss him up into space.
Yep. Toss him into space. He's gone.
But what do the villagers say to him? Oh, come back anytime.
And they're like,
come back anytime. What the fuck are you talking about?
whatever. He was just making us fall asleep. Having a little nap's not a bad thing.
I guess.
Right. That's it. So it was like it was a weird episode, but not bad. So
it was a good episode. It just
very weird.
Very childlike.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe that was like more for the kids,
or not childlike, more childish. I meant to say.
Grandpa, there was a meteorite that fell.
Huh?
Huh?
That like reminds me of Daichi when he met Sho. Sho, are you all right? Oh, wait, you're from underground. I am from the Earth.
Sho's like, okay, cool. What's up?
Like, because he has the mask on, he can't hear, or he can't speak, so it's like they have to be dumber. I am Earth.
Fuck. Yeah. So now on to Great.
Isn't that great?
Ultraman Great.
So episode 5, Blast from the Past.
I think this was the most fun episode we had
Oh,
of the 3.
God. So it starts with them fighting a Gudis monster.
Yeah, Barnagus.
Barangas.
I am Barangus.
So he's a ghostly poison gas monster. He's fucking shit up. And
Oh wait, he's psychic poison type,
I guess so.
or he's ghost
Poison.
type.
Yeah.
Oh man, what do we need for that?
Oh, it's a ghastly hunter and Gengar poison ghost.
Oh, are they?
Yep.
Oh, I thought they were just straight up ghost type.
No, ghost poison. Makes sense because
Well,
ghastly.
Well, I'm adding Ghastly to the freaking thumbnail.
All right.
Well, no, I'm putting Gengar.
Fuck that Haunter. Haunter's my favorite.
All right, fine. We'll put Haunter.
No, whatever. Put Gengar.
You know what? Screw it. We'll put all 3.
There you go. Put Mega Gengar.
No.
Yeah. So this episode's weird because we bring back an old character, Stanley. Remember Stanley from episode 1? He died on Mars.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Stanley of his big book of animals.
No. Yeah. So they're fighting off this kaiju and like they're trying to use this giant cannon on him, but like Jack Shindo being like, I've just noticed throughout this whole show, he's just whiny. Like he's just like, I know Goonies, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. It's fucking Goonies.
You know who he is?
What?
He's the fanboy that doesn't want to be proven wrong.
Yeah.
Or like you have to listen to his opinion, or it's nothing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, don't watch that show. It's good. It's awful. Oh, watch this show.
Yeah, like I get it, but like, and they keep asking him, it's like, oh, how do you know about so much about Goonies? He's like, you just do. Where do you think I've been this whole time?
Yeah,
so he like tries to transform into Ultraman, but like then Stanley shows up and he has like a gun. He's like ha ha ha, and just makes it disappear. But like spoilers, we find out it's not even a real gun, just fake.
Look, his hat comes right off.
Why won't this wig come off? And yeah, so we find out Stanley. He's alive somehow.
And like
he's like a real asshole.
He's like Michael Keaton. Okay, if freaking Matthew Broderick is Jack Shindo, then Michael Keaton's Stanley.
Oh my god, that'd be interesting. And yeah, so they bring back and like Arthur being Arthur's just like, oh, we're gonna add him to the team, and Stanley's like, yeah, if I didn't decide yet, give me some time, Arthur.
And like Jack's like, he doesn't question how he's alive or anything. He's just like, good to have you back, and they're all like, he's not like, oh, good to have you back, but like he knows it's like
something's up.
Something's up. You fucking died.
Yeah, you died. I was chosen as Ultraman.
And even Jean's like, you two must be the luckiest pilots on Earth.
Yeah. And so then they have this weird conversation where it's like all distorted. They're like in this like have this blue effect.
Oh, when they shake hands.
Yeah, they shake hands and it's just like.
Oh, it's 9 lives and all that jazz. Oh yeah. Some of us were chosen and all that.
Yeah, it was a fucking weird ass conversation.
Like.
So then, like later, like Jack goes to visit Charles, and like Charles is like working on like some kind of like chemical or something, which we find out, and it's like, oh, it's my dressing for my salad, and it's like,
yeah, my Long Island,
like like 5,000 Islands dressing or something like that, and like he goes on about it the whole fucking time. Like he's like, oh shit, like I have to leave. Oh, let's leave on the stove. It's like,
yeah, that's the entire joke of Charles throughout this entire episode.
He just likes food.
He does always have food.
The fucker's always hungry. It's so weird. Oh, he's a weird comic relief.
Well, he is British, right?
No, he's Australian. They're all Australian.
Oh, I thought he was British.
No, they're all Australian, dude.
I don't know. I'm just thinking with the guy named Charles with the British accent.
Yeah, there could be other people. There could be other people whose named Charles. I don't know. I went to school with a guy named Charles.
Oh my goodness! I just realized that. Gene, Charles, organization. This is just X-Men. Lloyd.
Best mutant. Best X-Men.
Jack. Truly the best mutant of all.
Oh, we just need Scott.
We got Stanley, close enough.
So then we get to where I just like, so the kaiju comes back, he starts attacking the base. And so they're all outside, Arthur fucking included. He fucking takes out his fucking laser pistol, points it right at fucking Barangas and just goes, if you want to get to this base, you'll have to go through me first. And I'm just like, me and Garda's sitting there like, best fucking character in this whole show. Like, Arthur Grant is a badass motherfucker. Like, every time he opens his mouth, he's just like, very, very angry, very like, just like,
make your move, punk.
Yeah, like me and Gar were just like, why does this guy like in other shit, like other like Toku, like should have been Star Trek or something.
Apparently, the last thing he was in 2013.
Oh.
Not saying he's dead, it's just that was the last like.
He's old though.
Yeah, he's currently 88.
Yep.
After looking at.
So he was like 58 when he did this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excuse me, my goodness.
So Stanley's walking around. We see these two nameless people.
And so, like, he's talking to them, and I'm just, in my head, like, I'm thinking it, just like, oh, it's gonna be one of those situations, like, because, like, he's all dressed in black and stuff like that, you can just smell fucking, like, evil and suspicious off him. So I'm just, like, immediately thinking, like, oh, it'd just be so great if he just, like, pulled out a fucking gun and just shot both of them. Immediately after I think that, pulls out a gun, shoots both of them. I fucking lost it. I was like, Gar, I was just thinking that just now. And it fucking happens. And I was like, that is such, like, the perfect... That is, like, the 90s, most 80s thing you could fucking do. Just, like, it's like, oh, yeah, I'd be ashamed if something happened.
Reminded me of the Joker from Tim Burton's Batman, the parade, just with the tiny little gun.
Well, no, he has the big one, like the long one.
Oh, yeah, but, like, beforehand.
Oh, yeah. Bob, gun.
Yeah.
Shoots, but yeah. No, one of my favorites is in Total Recall. This isn't the real Quaid. Wait, it is.
Or my favorite, which is of recent, in Transformers Cyberverse, the Autobot Wheeljack got kidnapped by Shockwave, and Shockwave has one hand and a laser hand. His other hand is now like a puppet for him, for the science lab, and it's like, he'll be watching you, and like he has a gun in his hand. He's like, screwdriver, wrench, blaster. You're really that dumb?
But yeah, that was just so fucking funny. Like, I had such a good laugh about that.
Yeah, like Jack comes in, he freaking kicks the gun out of freaking Stanley's hand.
See, like, the show may not be really, really good, but it has its fucking like moments because it's like it's like good bad.
You know what it is?
Hmm?
It's like you take a scene from every episode and you make a top 10 WTFs of Ultraman Great.
Yeah.
So it's like, like, number 5.
Yeah, and so then Jack like finds Stanley and like fucking kicks the fucking gun out of his hand, like kicks him in the fucking face. And I was like, holy shit, because like apparently his actor has like martial arts training, so like he probably did like a bunch, like he does a lot of his own stunt work, which I can see that.
I wonder if he went on to do more things.
I hope so. I mean, I looked up a recent picture of him. For somehow he looks more Asian as he got older. It's weird. I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying, like, he just somehow got more Asian looking as he got older. So, like, Jack confronts him. He's just like, yeah, no, something's fucking up with you. Like, I know it. And
well, of course, it's like mistaken identity when everyone else comes running in and they see Jack holding his gun to freaking Stanley.
But then Jack immediately hands over his gun to Lloyd because he's just like, no, I'm not like doing anything. Like, I'm not part of this. And so Arthur just doesn't know who to fucking trust, so he's just like, fuck it, lock them both up. And like Jean's trying to be like, oh, Jack didn't do anything wrong. I'm just like, I'm not taking that risk. These two, when something happened to them, I don't trust them.
Oh yeah, and like Stanley's like, oh, I can't explain it. It's like, you shut up.
You shut up. I love Arthur.
I like how Arthur's not taking sides. He's like, no, both of you are getting locked up.
Yeah. So then, like, Stanley's able to fucking get out easily because he's Goodus.
Oh, spoilers. It's not the real Stanley. It's
Goodus.
It's like Baragus.
It's Baragus, yeah.
Like
a part of him?
I want to say it is. Like, it is Baragus just taking on, like, a form of... Because, like, Baragus is infused with Goodus DNA, and Goodus was on Mars.
Yeah.
Probably saw what Stanley looked like, so...
Or like found like his DNA and just was able to like take his form.
Or something like that.
I don't know. But anyway, it's like he goes
they don't really go into details.
He goes up to Jack and he's just like...
Oh yeah, because he turns into red smoke to escape from the cell, and he's like, bye.
But then Arthur has Jack's pendant, and then he gives it to Charles, which Charles starts studying it.
Oh no, Jack gave it to him.
Oh, he gave it to him?
Yeah, when he handed his blaster to Floyd, he's like, you know what, lock me up. Gave him his pendant.
Oh. And then, like, they were wondering about it, so Charles starts studying it, which I was like, oh, fuck.
What if he turned into Ultraman right then and there?
Well, no, I don't think he can, because I think, like, Ultraman... I think what it is, like, the pendant, like... Because, like, Ultraman's stored in him. And so, like, the pendant, like, it's like a catalyst that, like, releases them. So.
Maybe it's like a Stargate for him.
Yeah.
Like the pendant allows him to, like, come out.
Yeah, exactly. Because, like, yeah, like, we know that Ultraman can live in human hosts, like, to heal. That's why, like, Zero did in G, because he was like, oh, I'm injured, but you're almost died, too, so we can...
It's a win-win.
If I'm with inside you, you won't die. And you can heal, I can heal. Yeah, so then, Stanley comes, like, knocks Charles out, and he, like, blows out his fucking, like, little Bunsen burner with, like, his dressing. He's like, oh, you shouldn't leave the gas on, Charles.
Oh yeah, because the gas is still on.
Yeah.
He steals the pendant and
kidnaps Jean.
Yeah, he kidnaps Jean and drives off.
Fucking gasses her like she like. He just,
it's like yeah, it's like if he had some sort of like pipe in his hand or something.
It was like Scarecrow.
Yeah, like Scarecrow.
Beer gas.
What you see.
But it's like Jean brings over like the Stanley's like fake gun, which he's like, oh, what's this? And he's like, oh, it's classified. You know that. Oh. So she points it and like fires it at Lloyd and Arthur, which they like fucking duck. And she's like, oh, look, it's fake. It's not even real. And it's like, oh, is that enough proof for you? And he's like, Arthur's like, I guess I must have misjudged him. Like talking about Jack, and then they check the prison cameras, like. Jack's still in prison. Yeah. Stanley's not there. So yeah, Jean goes. She gets kidnapped. So they go chasing. But apparently he like planted like a bomb in the jet that Kim was. Was her name Kim?
Oh yeah, Kim.
Yeah, Kim. Like she's about to go in, and Arthur's like, no, get the fuck out of there. And then like she gets out, the fucking ship explodes.
Oh yeah, the Hummer.
Yeah. Fucking white. That's called a Hummer. And then, like, the Jeep had a weird name, too. I can't remember what it was called.
Oh, the Salt Tip?
Yeah. It's a fucking weird name. So they start chasing him, and they chase him down to, like, this, like construction area.
Oh, wait, but there's a funny scene. It's like, Jack and Floyd go to see Charles in his lab, and it's just smoke everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like, where's my pendant? You're carrying about an accessory right now.
So they get him out, and yeah.
But yeah,
So
then Jack goes to see Stanley, or he chases Stanley down.
And so he tries to talk to him, then he just takes out a fucking pistol and like puts that.
Oh, no,
I was like, why the fuck did you not do that the first time? I'm like, no, he was trying to like negotiate, trying to talk him down.
if you have a gun and he has a gun,
no, sometimes situations can be resolved without the use of a gun.
I know, but still, like, you know what you should have done? Pull out the gun and then put it away, saying, "I just want to talk."
Yeah.
Because at least then they know it's like, if you try to fuck me over, I do have a blast.
I have a gun. So and then like Stanley's just like, yeah, you go on, I'll fucking kill her and stuff like that, and like. Then he just starts like laughing, and then he talks in like a Goodis kind of voice. He's like, "Goodis is everywhere. We'll be everything. I just want to be free, Jack."
Oh yeah, it's like a hive mind thing of like, we will be free.
Yeah, and so then like there's just like this pit. There's this pit of Goodis cells, and so like Gene's like about to like fall into it, and
the
like
primordial Goodis ooze.
Yeah, so like Stanley's just like, "Oh, I'll fucking shoot her," but then like something happens to him where he like reacts to it or something, and then it makes him grow big. So, yeah, so then Jack decides, he grabs his pendant, because it's like, oh, like, I'm going to destroy, like, just throw the pendant in the pit, or, like, I'll kill Gene. And so he grabs the pendant, transforms to Ultraman. Just the whole time me and Gar are just like, Gene's in the pit.
Yeah, Gene fell into the pit.
Yeah, and the whole time we're just like,
I should have Gene dead.
Gene! So yeah, he fights him, Barangus's, Ultraman, and
it's a good location.
it was a really nice set piece that they had.
Yeah, I will admit, some of the cinematography with the kaiju this episode was really good.
Yeah,
especially in the opening shot when he's walking through the city, the camera angles that they got kind of make it look like he's a lot bigger.
Yeah, that was really good.
I swear they used two different suits, because when he was fighting with Ultraman, he was like biped.
Yeah,
where.
The other one was quadruped.
Yeah, the other one was quadruped.
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
Or like crawling on the ground. Yeah, and so Ultraman fights him and he beats him. Like throws he did this weird like fucking like arm pose.
It's like an arrow or something.
Yeah, and then he fires a blast, and then like the rest of the team shows up and they're like look up and whoa, and he's like shua. And then he like runs back out as Jack. He's holding Jean, but she's covered in fucking Gouda's cells, which like she's infected.
We're all infected.
Yeah, so and so now like the narrator's like, ooh.
Oh yeah, because apparently the Gouda cells are now starting to collect together to create something more powerful.
Yeah, so like they're talking about it, I'm like, that's like final episode shit. Why are you like, this is only the 5th episode, guys. We have 8 episodes left.
Because I think like they stop it and then like in the final episode it comes back again stronger.
Oh, okay, fuck. Yeah, so pretty wacky episode, but like really fun.
Pretty wacky episode, but it's a shame to say that this Ultraman Great is actually the better episode of the 3 that we talked about.
Yeah, no, Ultra 7 was definitely the weakest.
Yeah, Ultra 7 was the weakest, which is quite a shame because it's Ultra 7. You expect great things.
Yeah.
Dyna just felt too childish for me.
Yeah, a little kid show.
Yeah.
Kinda.
And Great itself, it feels like they're doing...
Like they know what they're doing now.
Yeah, like they know what they're doing.
The acting's still fucking
All over the place.
all over the place, and like the shots are... Like at least they had a budget, and like, they used what they got, so...
But I think this definitely could have been a 2-parter.
Yeah.
Like, have the kaiju show up, have Jack turn into Great to fight it, and then like when fighting the kaiju, it vanishes, and like before he leaves, he sees Stanley on like a rooftop or something. Be like, and like, maybe then we can actually start getting to more of Jack's backstory of like who he was and who Stanley was, and then like he finds Stanley, and like part 1 could end with like him reuniting with Stanley and be like, I don't care, man. Like, I don't care how you're back. I'm glad you're back.
The moment when you realize Stan Lee's actual name would have been Stanley Lee.
Stan Lee's real name is Stanley Lieber.
Oh, okay.
It just, Stan Lee was his
like pen name.
Yeah, it was his pen name because he mentioned this a few times. He was saving his real name for when he went on to do real books.
Which he never did.
Which, he wanted to quit, and then, his lovely wife, Joan, was like, well, if you want to write a book, write it the way you want. Write it the way you want it. Or, yeah, like, write how you would write it. And if it does well, it doesn't matter. You're quitting. Fantastic Four happened. Blew up.
Wow.
Because he got to do it the way that he wanted to.
Aww,
it's a family. They're a superhero team made of a family. So they're just going to argue. Because that's what families do. They argue.
Yep. Cool. Yes, there you go. I don't know. Name. Great is great.
I don't know. I just hope Jean's alright. Otherwise, they're going to have to retcon this when we get to Ultraman Towards the Futures of Days of Past.
Oh my god. Ultraman Towards the Apocalypse?
Or Ultraman The Last Stand. Ultraman Dark...
Ultraman Origins?
Ultraman Dark Gene Phoenix.
Oh my god.
Dark Gudis.
First Class.
Ultraman First Class. Oh.
You'll think of something.
We'll think of something. But I think, not even an hour.
Yep.
We told you this was going to be a short episode.
Oh yeah.
You weren't wrong.
Nope.
So I guess we'll see you all next time when we talk about, once again, Ultraman Great being pushed aside to talk about the G-Z crossover. So we'll see you all next time.
Can't fucking wait to talk about that.
We're also going to be re-talking about the targeted town. As always, schwa for now.
Schwa for now.